from London, England, where the Queen lives.
Recorded live from an underground bunker and packaged into an MP3 with a pretty little picture. Helping bring you the motivation, inspiration, and some other stuff to help kickstart your day. Hoo-yah! This is the Learn, Develop, Live podcast. And this is your host, Chris Jaggs.
Join the motivation. Join the motivation.
Good morning! A massive welcome to another episode of the Learn, Develop, Live podcast, the weekly edition. The big question I want to ask you, how are you? No, I mean, just how are you? Has the lockdown sent you mad yet? Is anyone here suffering from cabin fever? Are you clawing at the walls, trying to get outside? I hope you're all good, and in all seriousness, it's crazy out there. At the time of recording, it's been, 1.9 million total confirmed cases of coronavirus worldwide. Who would have thought it would have been this big when it all started? And still, are we anywhere near the end of it? Stay safe, stay indoors, and save lives. Did you know, with all this stuff happening in the outside world, and with so many people on a lockdown, well, I mean, if you take away the people that have gone to the parks and the beach for some weird reason, there is a theory that a lot of people will be spending their days online, searching YouTube, binging on Netflix, or spending all their money on eBay and Amazon. But if you go to YouTube, for example, there will be a lot of people who are looking online to find out how to do all sorts of things. And if you break it down, what if you are the person that knows exactly how to do that one particular thing? I know you've looked on YouTube at how to do something. There's an internet provider who currently has a TV advert on UK TV talking about how can you learn something really quick. And the ad goes through your child's homework. Then there's another one, is a bathroom leak. And the ad then has a pop-up for details of an internet offer. Now, if you're in the UK, you've probably seen it. And if the company wants to sponsor the podcast, I will happily advertise it for them and mention their name. So now I've gone off track here a bit, but I want to say, people search YouTube for everything. Even the smallest thing. If you're not sure how to do it, I definitely have a quick look. I think the last thing was making an omelette. Now, truth is, first time I did it, after some instructions, did it by myself, and it looked like scrambled egg. I will admit, it wasn't working out. And, I'm not too bad in the kitchen now. I can bang out a Sunday roast. Oh, and sunflower oil. Yeah. Incredible roast potatoes for that. Again, going off track, but yes, I'm okay to admit when something doesn't work out, omelettes were my enemy. But we're okay now. We're friends. Anyways, so once I saw this omelette was going wrong, onto YouTube I went, and Jamie Oliver. Now, I was comparing my omelette with Jamie Oliver, but how he explained it, it made sense. And that's just one example of someone searching YouTube for something very small and quite obvious for some people, but just not everyone, including me. Now, there has never been a better time to be making online content. Shooting videos, create a podcast, write a blog, definitely selling online. I mean, I've definitely been a bit more active on Amazon the last few weeks. I mean, nothing major, but, the world of Prime does have its benefits. But for you, what is your dream? What is the vision that you have in your head that you would like to make come true? What do you really want to achieve in your life these days? Whatever it is, whatever you want to achieve, these can be broken down into steps and stages as long as they're both relevant and obviously comfortable for you. And this will help you have more success on your journey. Now, you can reflect and define your dream by brainstorming your goals, past failures, and those previous successes, as well as what makes you happy. So once you've got it all planned, you need to start with getting it going. A couple of actionable tasks that will get you started, keep you on track of chasing the dream, and in the end, make your dreams come true. Heads up, this dream chasing, you'll have times when the motivation drops. And you will lose some focus. This is perfectly natural because unless you're a cyborg, are you? It's normal human nature. But that is where you can keep going by listening to a podcast every day. Hey, this podcast comes out every day. Why not listen to this? The Learn Do It Live network is all across every social media platform except TikTok. No, it's just not going to happen. And of course, learndoitlive.com. So if you ever need inspiration or motivation, please come over. Have a listen, have a read. There's plenty of stuff over there for you. But we can start your adventure by first all defining what your actual dream is. And we start by ask yourself what the actual dream is and what your actual vision is. For you, take some time. Take time to ask yourself, what if? Think big. This is not the right time to let negative thinking discourage you, and definitely not anywhere else to make you want to doubt your dream. There will be plenty of people out there that will doubt you. They will tell you that you're wasting your time. It won't work because their neighbours, cousins, brothers, cat tried it and it didn't work. What these people say. And there will be members of your family that will also add fuel to the fire. But you just need to use their words, doubt and anything else as fuel to keep pushing you to prove them wrong, to prove to yourself that you can do it as well. That's success itself. When you succeed, the people that were throwing all that doubt at you will suddenly change. And what they'll say to you is, that's a really good idea. How did you do it? And it is really funny how people change. But anyways, this is the human race, isn't it? The next part, if you really like to plan everything out in the open, is to go down the vision board route. Vision board is it's just a one way to help understand your dream, and also very easy to set up and can be pretty much how you vision it. Get yourself a large piece of poster paper, some glue, magazines or paper. You can create like a collage of your high priorities. And this can also be done like a spider graph. Do you remember what you used to do in school? You used to write one thing in the middle and you have like little legs going over to this one. And by the end of it, you'll have a couple of little different groups of cluster of ideas. And something's up to you. It just needs to act as part of your learning and to kind of put your dream in, focus for you and help break it down. Now, with your brand new sparkly shiny vision board, you can break your dreams down into different parts. Achieving your dream might require you to gain new skills or knowledge. Definitely knowledge. Be sure you don't have to define your dreams so narrowly you get tunnel vision and just ignore the things that you do need to learn, because not everyone likes to learn, but you learn to earn, as they say, and you're going to earn your dream coming true. That's the reality of it. Whether it is how to create a website, there are plenty of startups out there. Wix, Squaresoft 2, I use Weebly at the moment, and at the time a lot of research went into what was best for me, and at the time it was Weebly, so it might change in the future, you never know. You might need to learn how Microsoft Word or Microsoft Publisher works. You might need to learn an online course. There's all sorts of stuff out there, and particularly with coronavirus going around, there's a lot of places that are doing free courses, so why not have a look around, piggyback on the back of some of those. Remember, knowledge is power, and the knowledge is the investment that you put into yourself. Not a bad thing. Now, you need to spend some time, using these things to get familiar with them and learn just how they could best work for you. You might find that one of them doesn't work for you at all. Maybe one of them's, it's not quite right, but it's all trial and error. But trial and error is part of the journey, and that's part of what you're doing here. Now, by using everything that we've done so far, we can now break down your dream into manageable projects. Achieving a dream can be complicated, but it can also be completed by a number of different projects as you go forward. Once you figure out the different projects that will move you forward and how each one's going to work, if your dream is to become a black belt in karate or play the piano, then you may need to start by saving money for lessons, and then you need to find a good teacher with a good reputation, find a uniform, or maybe you need an instrument to actually play. Maybe you've already got some of that stuff and you just need the first part. If you can define each project with all these little steps that you need to follow, these can be written down in a particular order. Maybe you need to change the order halfway through. Maybe you got to do the last bit first. It all varies. It's your dream, and it's whatever's going to work for you. but it will help you guide you in the right direction, especially if you lose track for whatever reason. Now, aside from doubt, a huge factor which stops most people chasing the dream is actually time. Working towards your dream sometimes needs to be done in the midst of life, where you have lots of other things going on. You've got kids, you work late, for example. In order to achieve your dreams, you need to make sure you can carve out a little bit of time at least, to try and whatever's necessary to help you move you forward on your goals. Try to create time in your week that is purposely devoted to your dream and make that time a priority. Now, this part, some people can fall backwards, because if you're devoting the only bit of free time you have to this dream, and when you get to that time, all you want to do is just sit down and watch TV, that is where the motivation drops, and where the other thing called self-discipline drops. Now, maybe you want to make a deal with yourself to try and push yourself forward to actually get this moving, or maybe you do half the time. But what I find is sometimes time that I could have spent on the website or writing a podcast or whatever else, I may end up playing the Xbox. And by the time I play the Xbox, I think, I could have had an hour on something else. But at the time, it was a good idea. So that's where the whole balance is. And it happens to everyone. You're only human. I'm not a cyborg. But on the flip side, you do need to give yourself a break. You need to take a step back, do something different, and you come back with, a fresh perspective on things. And it's happened many times to me, and I know all about that bit. But you do come back with better ideas. Stuff that didn't make sense before, it suddenly clicks for whatever reason. So sometimes a break is actually better than just going full on. Okay, so now we've got the basics and how you can get yourself up and running for your dream. Your vision, whatever it looks like, the way the world is at the moment, maybe it does actually involve meeting people outside, seeing other people. But while this isn't quite possible yet with the coronavirus still very much dominating the world, this does give you a perfect time to do some research, some planning. Maybe you could, go around seeing people in the field of your expertise. Maybe you can actually, find a video about them, them talking, maybe an interview. You'll learn so much from this, and it'll actually have you more prepared with more knowledge than, when you get started. And probably the most important part that you can get out of all of that is self-confidence you'll get from, that little bit extra research. Now, if you do have an idea or a dream, or maybe just want to throw around some ideas, I'm here to serve you. We can have a chat on the phone or a Zoom call, or however you want to talk these days, whatever the remote way of communication is. My calendar is always open for you. You can find it at ldlcall.com. Send me a text message on 07801 543 515. Take the first step. It's the biggest step you'll make, and it'll be the biggest step that you make on your big adventure. What I will say about this, though, this has got to be something that you really, really want. Something you really, really want to achieve and make happen. Because if you're going to quit the first time of a difficult situation, when you first run into some difficulty and just quit, well, as many people will say, did you really want it that much? Just how much does your dream or vision actually mean to you? Or are you just going to give up just like that? And if you give up, well, I guess you still want it, did you? You can't spend, your last few dying days thinking what ifs. This is your dream, your vision, and only you can get it started. But for now, good luck with it all, and I'll see you in the next one.
Goodbye.
What? It's over already?
All over.
Thank you for listening to the Learn, Develop, Live podcast. I hope you feel as warm, motivated, and fuzzy inside as I do. You can connect with Chris at LearnDevelopLive.com or on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter.
I won't say goodbye. I'll just say until we meet again.
Until next time, join the motivation. Motivation.